What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Nolan. No land. Damn, get out of here. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Nolan. No land. And this past weekend, I ran my first half marathon. Well, technically, so it was last weekend. I ran my first long race. I ran a 20K, which is like a half mile short of a half marathon. And it was good. So leading up to this race, I had a goal to finish in under 2.5 hours. I ended up finishing the race in 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 25 seconds. So I accomplished my goal. So I'm going to show you everything I've done in the last like 2 to 3 weeks leading up to this race. Well, almost everything. So all in all, in this like last month, I've run about 50 miles total. So not too crazy, but a decent amount of miles. So how this whole thing started was last year I started running just for health and for mental health. I was kind of fascinated by running and like successful people who run, and just like, you know, the way that they consider it, you know, like an important thing to their success. Like there's a lot of successful CEOs or entrepreneurs who are also runners or like extreme endurance runners on the side, and I'm just like fascinated by this. So I started running, and I was running with a friend one time, and he said he was going to do this race, Damn to DSM, and he asked me if I wanted to do it. So I said yeah, and that was last year. I definitely did not train enough, and I didn't do it. I never actually signed up. I was just going to run with him, but then he didn't end up running, so I just didn't end up running either. And so I decided I'm going to be ready this year when it comes, just because, I don't know, I didn't do it last year, so I was like, I have to do it this year. And so yeah, that has started my kind of endurance running journey. And so it all started with just this commitment and to finish this race. From there, it all starts with the daily routine. So I believe in a good daily routine, or even better, a good morning routine. And I would even say I'm almost like, kind of like, I have been a bit obsessive about this, like routine, having a perfect routine. And I'm starting to realize it doesn't exist. There are some things that you can do every day, but you know, life happens and things change all the time, so you don't always get everything done in your morning routine every day. So I'm beginning to let it go, and actually it's actually making me better at my morning routine, which is weird. So it's always changing, but here are a few like core things that I do almost every day. So it starts the night before. I have this little journal right here. I write down my important tasks to do for the next day. I try to write down I try to keep it short, like 3 to 5, but a lot of times it ends up turning into like 7 to 12. And usually I get about like half done if I put that many on there. But yeah, so try to kind of set the intention the night before of how my next day is. So every morning I usually wake up between 5 and 6 a.m. Never any later than 7. Like I literally just can't sleep past 7. I've kind of become a morning person in the last couple of years, just because well, I had a daughter and I needed to find time to do stuff for myself. So I found that if I just wake up early, then I have like this undisturbed time usually until like 7 a.m. where I can just like get stuff done, and then on days when I don't have her, I still get up early and I go for my runs or go to the gym. So yeah, wake up between 5 and 6, and first thing I do usually is I write down my goals, my 2-year goals, and which is also kind of an expansive list that is kind of changing and modifying as I'm figuring out what I really want in my life. I find that by writing this down every day, it actually makes me think about what I want in my life. And so when you're thinking about that every day, you kind of start to realize some of the things that you don't actually want, and some of the things that are really important. And so that's what I try to do every day. And then from there, I would like to start getting my runs in the morning, like right after that. But sometimes it's hard to get out of the house in the morning. So I've been kind of just like letting my runs land where they fall, wherever I fit them in, wherever I feel the best that day. I look at the weather, and yeah. I really considered not going on this run today. I woke up late. I was supposed to get up at 5:30. I didn't get up till 7. And I got about 5 other things I need to do today. It's like 9:15 right now. I have a meeting at 11. Another meeting at 1:30. I need to edit a video. I need to pack up an Amazon shipment, send in some books, get my side hustle on, And I want to write another script today. So I had every excuse to not get out here. It's 80 degrees, 100% humidity, but we out here sweating. I'm not sure how far I'm gonna go, but at least 3 or 4 miles. We out here. It's 8:30 p.m. I'm going like at least 6 miles. It's beautiful. Have new shoes. Let's go. So, runs are kind of sporadic, but I get them in. Sometimes I wake up and I'll start working on something like a video or brainstorming ideas, or sometimes I'll post on Instagram. Sometimes I'll scroll on Instagram for an hour. Something I'm working on. Trying to maximize that morning time. Sometimes I do better than others. And yeah. So then from there I have to work at my job, which is from home. So between 8 and 5 a.m. or 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. I'm working and kind of doing stuff around the house. Sometimes I'll get a little workout in, like push-ups and sit-ups or something. Sometimes I'll go on a run on my lunch break. And then, of course, I have to stay on top of my nutrition. I try to eat good food, mostly. Try to avoid fast food and frozen pizza. And I mean, I like that stuff, and I eat it. But I try to keep it, like once a week. So I try to just get like nutrient-rich food as much as I can. It's a lot. I end up eating a lot of chicken and veggies and salad greens. I like to make the chicken into wraps, or cook up veggies on the stove with just some sauce and some chicken, fruits, oats, cereal, and of course peanut butter and jelly. And then, of course, I always got to make time for my boy, Dabby, for him to get his exercise in the day. Usually I get him out of the house on a walk or a run at least 3 or 4 times a week. And then, of course, I always make time for my daughter. You know, the nights that I have her, or basically when I'm with her, if she's awake, I want to be focused on her pretty much. That's not always how it happens, but usually I try to give her as much, you know, I want to spend quality time with her as much as I possibly can. And so, yeah. Hey! Oh shit! I did it. Oh. Let's go. Alright. We out here. Decor Fish Hatchery. I haven't run since I did that 10-miler on Friday. Today's Wednesday. The race is 3 days away. Actually, I ran a mile yesterday with my dog, Dabber. So, the goal today is to go at least an hour. Let's see how far I can get in an hour. And I feel great. I foam rolled really good yesterday and did a nice stretch, like a little yoga session. And I don't know, my legs feel fresher than they have in a long time. Probably because I haven't run in 5 days also, but I'll be stretching and foam rolling the next 3 days till the race. Let's try it. My phone's gonna die. I'm almost at an hour, 5 miles. I got like a half mile left to the car. So, yeah, beautiful day for it. My goal is to run so it's not a half marathon Saturday, it's a 20K. My goal is to get under 2.5 hours. So at this pace I should be good. Although my heart rate's a little high. Might be hard to sustain this pace. But hopefully we'll do it. There'll be a fuck ton of other people around me. So I'm sure adrenaline will be high. Let's go. So finally, it's the night before the half marathon, or the 20K, and we got, my dad and sister are in Des Moines, because I'm running the dam to DSM in Des Moines, Iowa. And so we go out to dinner, and I decide I want pasta, right? Because I want to eat pasta the night before the race. Just, I don't know, that's what I always did in cross country in high school. And I don't know, it works for me. I eat pasta and it sits well in my stomach. So I wanted pasta, and we go to this restaurant, and I got a chicken pesto pasta. So not my normal red sauce, I got pesto. And I'll tell you, next time I will not eat pesto the night before the race because I didn't have my normal morning routine, if you know what I mean. It wasn't quite the same, so that kind of threw me off. But yeah, I managed. So the morning of the race, I had a banana and I had a Pedialyte just to get like some sodium and electrolytes before the race, and it had a good amount of carbs in it too. And so that was my like pre-fuel before the race because it's 6:45 a.m. So usually I don't really eat that early, even if I run, except like a banana usually, or maybe some oatmeal. But yeah. So I get to the run.
Okay, so we're going to remove the caution tape, but we're not going to have you move quite yet.
I have a couple of gels in my pocket, like 50 milligrams of caffeine and some sodium and carbs. And I have two 10-ounce water bottles on my waist. And yeah, so throughout the race they had water stations, and so I utilized those pretty much every one. I grabbed a water, so I just like conserved my water as much as I could, because otherwise I would have drank all mine right away. Next time, I mean, if they didn't have aid stations, I would need more water, so I would need like a Camelback or a vest or something like that. And they had some gels and like I think they had like some bars too. But I didn't eat the bar, I just had one of their gels, which didn't have caffeine, because I wasn't about to try some new caffeine in the middle of a race that I've never tried before. That could be bad. And yeah, that got me through the race. It was a good race. I mean, I felt good like the whole time. And yeah, I was pretty happy with it. It was kind of hot, a little humid, or really humid, a little hot. It was the longest run I've ever done, and I'm doing another half marathon in like 3 weeks. It'll be a full or a half marathon instead of a 20K, and my goal is to get a better time than I got on the 20K. So it'll be a little bit further, but I want to run it in less time, so I gotta get a little bit faster. One thing I probably could have done better in the race is I felt like I was almost like too focused on my heart rate. Kept looking at my watch, checking my heart rate, telling myself to slow down. And like the second half of the race, it was just hard. I couldn't keep it like under 160, like the whole second half of the race. But I felt okay. I was just overanalyzing, and I think next time I'll try not to look at my heart rate as much, and I'll try to just go based on like perceived effort and like my breathing and like how my legs feel, instead of looking so much at my heart rate. Post race, I run a few times already, like I don't know, like 10 miles this week. 12 miles this week, but and I did like a little reflection. So all right, post run or recovery run. Got a ton of rain. Looks like the river's almost flooding over. So, the race was good. It was a success. My goal, 2 hours, 30 minutes. I finished in 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 25 seconds. So, I reached it, and right now, I'm running by a bunch of gooses, and I'm kind of scared. Whew. Yeah, hold your breath. Those things will come at you. But yeah. I could have trained better, but I did it. It was the longest run I've ever done, and I'm doing another one in a few weeks. Try to get a little bit better. Wow. I really love running. It's like meditation. It's like active meditation. I just ran to pick up my daughter from her first day of school. She rode with her mom, but I just went there to see how it was. And now I'm running back. Just got a lot going through my mind this morning. And this run is just what I needed. Set it straight. It's freaking beautiful out here. A nice leisurely pace. Probably like 13, 14 minutes. I don't know. Slow. Well, 12 minutes. Shit. But, yeah. I just love it. It's changing, like, every aspect of my life. Like, just like, hold on. Grasshopper in my shoe. I've just been kind of like really recovery focused this whole time, because like, and get the miles in as much as I can, but just focus on the other stuff too. And I don't know, it just really helps like implement those habits you want to do, like get better sleep and eat better, and just like time management in general. And having a goal with running really kind of has helped me structure my life, I guess. And also avoid bad habits that I know are going to affect me the next day. Like, you know, I'm not going to drink if I have a long run tomorrow. Just keeping that at the front of my mind just really helps me prioritize everything else. You know, not perfect by any means, but improvement. That's the name of the game. Improvement. Slow and steady. I ran a pretty slow race, like 2 hours, 22 minutes. You know, people finish in like, the best people finish in like an hour 15. And, you know, it's kind of cool to see that I could grow that much, because, you know, I'm not saying that's my goal, but like, those people are just like me. They just put in more time, more miles, more nutrition, more health, just more focus. And it's just, they're just another human. And it's all about the reps.
Maybe. Get after it, my friends.
Alright, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, ask any questions you want. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Peace.